Hello student, today I am going to discuss about the chapter factorization of polynomial. Before discussion the factorization of polynomials, we have to discuss about the different properties of polynomials, types of polynomial and zeros or root of polynomials. Now, what is polynomials? A polynomial is an algebraic expression. A polynomial is an algebraic expression of the form an x to the power n plus an minus 1 x to the power n minus 1 plus dot 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 plus a0, where an minus 1 dot 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 a0 all are real numbers and an x to the power n comma an minus 1 x to the power n minus 1 comma dot 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 a0 are called terms of the expression or polynomials of the expression. And an is called coefficient of x to the power n. Similarly, an minus 1 is called coefficient of x to the power n minus 1. An minus 2 is the coefficient of x to the power n minus 2, and the term a0 is called the constant term or the coefficient of x to the power 0. Now, degree of a polynomial. Degree of a polynomial. If in the expression an x to the power n plus an minus 1 x to the power n minus 1 plus dot 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 plus a0, an is not equals to 0, then degree of the polynomial is n. In this polynomial expression, n must be a non-negative integers. In this expression, n must be a non-negative integers. That means whole numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. n must be a non-negative integers, and If an is not equals to 0, then the degree of the polynomial is n. That means in the expression the highest power of x is called the degree of the polynomial. As for example, if px be a polynomial of the form x square plus x cube plus 2x6 plus x plus 4, then what is the degree of the polynomial? The degree of the polynomial is 6, because in this expression we see that the highest power of x is 6. So then degree of px is 6. Now the types of polynomial on the basis of degree. Form, degree, type and form. When degree is 0, then the type of the polynomial is non-zero constant polynomial. Non-zero constant polynomial. Form is px is equals to c, where c not equal to 0. If the degree of the polynomial is 1, then the polynomial is called a linear polynomial. What is the form of a linear polynomial? Form of a linear polynomial is px equal to ax plus b, where a not equal to 0. If degree of the polynomial is 2, then the polynomial is called quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial. What is the form? Ax square plus bx plus c. Obviously a is non-zero. Similarly, if degree of the polynomial is 3, then this is called cubic polynomial. And what is the form of a cubic polynomial? Form of a cubic polynomial is ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, where a is not equal to 0, and so on. When the degree is 4, then this is called a biquadratic polynomial. So this is the types of polynomial on the basis of degree. Now we are going to discuss about the zeros of a polynomial or roots of a polynomials. Before the discussion of the zeros or root of a polynomial, you have to know what is the value of a polynomial at some point. So first we discuss what is the value of a polynomial. Value of a polynomial at some point. Value of a polynomial at some point. The value of a polynomial px at x equal to k is denoted by pk and you get the value of pk when you put x equal to k in the given expression Now, as for example, if px be any quadratic polynomial of the form ax square plus bx plus c, obviously a is not equal to 0 because this is a quadratic polynomial. So what is the value of the quadratic polynomial at x equal to 2? If a not equal to 0, then this is a quadratic polynomial. Then you have to find the value of p2. What is p2? p2 means you have to put x equal to 2. So p2 is equals to a put in the place of x 2, then plus b into 2 plus c, then this is equals to 4a plus 2b plus c. So this is the value of the polynomial at the point x equal to 2. This is called p2. And then we have to discuss about the 0 or root of a polynomial. 0. Now we have to discuss what is the 0 or root of a polynomial. 0s or root of a polynomial. According to your syllabus, obviously 0 means the real zeros because the imaginary number are not included, the chapter imaginary number not included in your syllabus, but the root or 0 of a polynomial may be imaginary. But in this chapter we shall discuss about the real zeros only. So 0 means real zeros in this chapter. So what is the definition of zeros or root of a polynomial? A real number x equal to k, a real number x equal to k is said to be a 0 or root of a polynomial Px if Pk is equals to 0. So, zeros or root of a polynomial, zeros or root of a polynomial means a real number x equal to k is said to be a 0 or root of a polynomial px if pk equal to 0. As for example, if px is the polynomial x square plus 2x plus 1. This is a quadratic polynomial. Then you have to find the 0 or root of the polynomial. If you put x equal to minus 1, that means p minus 1 is equals to minus 1 square plus 2 into minus 1 plus 1. That means 1 minus 2 plus 1. That means 2 minus 2, that is equals to 0. So, here we see that p of minus 1 is equals to 0. That means minus 1 is a 0 or root of the polynomial px is equals to x square plus 2x plus 1. So, minus 1 is a 0, minus 1 is a 0 of the polynomial x square plus 2x plus 1. Now, this polynomial actually have only one 0. This is minus 1, only one 0. That means the quadratic polynomial may have exactly 1 0. When you have to define the number of zeros, the number of zeros of a polynomial depends on the degree of the polynomials. If the degree of a polynomial is n, then the polynomial can have at most n real zeros. If the degree of a polynomial is n, then the maximum number of zeros of the polynomial is n. That means a polynomial of degree n can have at most n zeros. In this equation, the degree of the polynomial is 2 because the highest power of x in this expression is 2. So, degree of the polynomial is 2. That means the polynomial can have at most 2 zeros, but here we see that only 1 zeros, x equal to minus 1. That's why a polynomial can have maximum number of zeros is equals to the degree of the polynomials. So, this polynomial can have maximum 2 zeros, but can have exactly 1 zeros. And also it is possible a polynomial can have no real zeros. As for example, x square plus 1. This is also a quadratic polynomial. Then the number of zeros of the polynomial is 0. Number of zeros of the polynomial is equal to 0 because this polynomial has no real zeros, because px equal to x square plus 1 has no real zeros, no real zero. Now, how to solve or find the zeros of a polynomial? There is a clear difference between a polynomial and an equation. If ax square plus bx plus c. This is a quadratic polynomial. This is a quadratic polynomial, but this is a quadratic equation. This is a quadratic polynomial, and this is a quadratic equation. This is a quadratic equation, this is a quadratic polynomial. So when you have to find the zeros of a polynomial, then you have to consider the polynomial equation. Okay, when you have to find the zeros of a polynomial or root of a polynomial, you have to consider the polynomial equation. Then you have to solve this equation and then you get the zeros or root of the polynomial. As for example, if px is equals to 2x square plus 5x plus 3, this is a quadratic polynomial. Then if the question is find the zeros or root of this polynomial, you have to consider the quadratic equation. This is a quadratic polynomial, but to solve this equation you have to consider the quadratic equation. That means you have to consider 2x square plus 5x plus 3, that is equals to 0. You have to consider this quadratic equation and then solve this equation. You get the zeros of the original polynomial. How to solve this problem? Obviously by middle term factor. So this is 2x square plus 3x plus 2x plus 3 is equals to 0. Then 2x is common, then x plus, x is common factor, then this is 2x plus 3, and if you common 1, then this is 2x plus 3, that is equals to 0. So next line is or x plus 1 into 2x plus 3, that is equals to 0. X plus 1 and 2x plus 3 is equals to 0. This implies x is equals to minus 1 or x is equals to minus 3 by 2. So x equal to minus 1 and x equal to minus 3 by 2 are two zeros of this quadratic polynomial. Okay, thank you.